Hi Cancer, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your weekly messages for next week. Sorry I have been MIA. I've just moved house and this will not be the full setup completely. Sorry, it's a little bit dreary, but I thought I'd get back into it and I'll keep doing it weekly from now on and I'll make it look prettier later on. Okay, so let's start. Cancer, what's coming in next week? Okay, so we've got two cards coming out there. We have Between Worlds and we have To the Sea. Okay, and then let's see, what else do we have for Cancer for next week? So next week we have the full moon in Virgo and it says you are good enough. Okay. And let's get your last oracle card. Cancer. Lion Spirit, be generous of spirit. Okay. So first up we have To the Sea and we have Between Worlds. So with these two cards, they're pretty similar. It's basically saying that you're going on a journey here. So there's something that you do need to leave behind. You might be traveling or you might be needing to just get out of a situation. It's about kind of leaving things behind and moving ahead. So that's To the Sea, and then Between Worlds is kind of like you've still got one foot in the old world, one foot in the past, and one foot in the present. Sorry, I'm trying to like get the sun there because the sun is making the shadow look very dark. But what this is about is it's about you needing to be in the present. Sorry, there is a fly. Give me 1 second, Cancer. It is going to kill me. Sorry about that, Cancer. I just could not deal with that fly. We have Between Worlds. So like I was saying, it's one foot in the past, one foot in the future. And basically you are in the present at the moment, feeling like you can't move on to this next step yet until something's been dealt with in the past. So there might be some sort of like closure that's needed or something that needs to happen, but you also do need to live in the present moment and not focus too much on the past. Just look ahead, what's coming in. What can you do for yourself now to take the steps to move to the next cycle? Then we do have the full moon in Virgo and it says that you are good enough. This card can have some sort of issues when it comes to like your self-confidence or your self-worth in some way, and it's a reminder that like you just need to put the effort into yourself right now. It's not about going out and externally trying to help other people at this time. It's kind of like there's two meanings to this card. One is that maybe you're being too picky and you might need to kind of like pull back on what your expectations are from other people. And the other one is that like you also need to realize that you are, you're worth it within yourself and that you don't need anything from the external world. You only need yourself, and you can get to the point where you are happy within you to be able to welcome other people into your life. And then we have Lion Spirit and it says be generous of spirit. And the Lion Spirit is kind of like Leo. So I would say this is kind of like the King of Wands. It's about going out there and getting what you want and co-creating with spirit in the way that like if you can kind of focus on what it is that you want and what you want to get to and start taking those steps, because Leos are like, I don't care what it takes, I'm going to go out there and get what I want. And I feel like that's the energy that you need to embody right now. It is about just going towards your goals, and then when you do have the abundance that you get from those goals or prosperity or even just your time or your lessons that you've learned, be generous with those things with other people and give them back to other people. So now is the time to kind of focus on you, focus on what you want, go for it, focus on where you're at right now and where you're going, and then start making those moves and leave what you need to behind. So whatever's not serving you, leave it behind. Okay, so let's see. I want to see, so what is coming in for Cancer next week? What are the messages and what do we need to know? Okay, so coming out with the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, I'm going to have to overlap this, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Hierophant, which you can't really see, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Ten of Cups is the outcome. Very nice. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Wands, the King of Cups, and the World. Okay. So Cancer, bottom of the deck, these are things that either we don't see coming or things that are happening in the shadows. So at the moment, we do have the Ten of Wands being here. So you are very focused on the work to the point where you might be overworking yourself in some way. You might need to kind of focus on like balancing yourself, balancing your emotions. You could be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. So just work on kind of like becoming a master of your own emotions. Like, don't let the outside world or anything that's happening around you affect you or trigger you in any sort of way, and just try to stay grounded within your own emotions. And like I said, just be the master of your own emotions. Don't let anything get to you. Find peace within, no matter what the external world has to offer. I do feel like this overwhelming time, or this overburdened or overworked time, something about burnout, is coming to an end here, because the cycle is closing, and it's about kind of just closing this chapter and moving on to the next part. Something that you are going to be very kind of fulfilled and joyous about. Like, maybe this is the thing that you need to leave behind. That's what's closing out, and you're moving forward to a more emotional stable place. Okay. We do then have the Ace of Pentacles in the center of your reading. So the Ace of Pentacles is all about like opportunities, new opportunities coming in for stability, but it's also saying that, you know, you it's not just an opportunity that's just going to kind of land on your plate. It's like there's going to be an offer. That's what the hand is. So they're offering you this opportunity, but you still need to put in the time, the effort, the grind, basically, to get to wherever the Ten of Pentacles is. So the Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity for it to become something big like the Ten of Pentacles if you're willing to put in the work. So focus now on your own health, focus on your job, your finances, your career. Like, this is a time to make sure that you are looking at opportunities, and making sure that you are putting in the time and the effort towards that. It could, if it's got to do with love, could be, you know, some sort of stable offer that's coming your way. Where there could be a new beginning. Sorry, excuse my computer there. There could be a new beginning coming in for you, and for you and your person, basically. So whatever this new offer is, it's just important that you put in the effort towards whatever this opportunity is. So what got you here is the King of Pentacles. So it definitely could have to do with finances, because there are quite a few pentacles going on here. And the King of Pentacles is maybe about like wanting to be in a position where you don't have to worry about money. You know how I said like the king, we have three kings here actually. So what's the one that's missing is the King of Wands, which is, like I said, that lion spirit reminded me of the King of Wands. So there is something that you do need to go out and kind of get. Like, you need to kind of focus on your passions and your desires and move towards those goals. But with the King of Pentacles, it's like you wanting to get to this point, or this offer has the ability to get you to a point where you are very financially stable, that you're the master of your finances, master of your career. You could be kind of like getting a promotion or leveling up in some way if it has to do with that, or this is the opportunity to get some sort of level up in that direction. It was also the opportunity for the King of Pentacles is like usually the husband of the tarot. So, you know, someone who is could come in here who's offering you some sort of stable life. Like, you know, you can count on them. They're reliable. They won't just kind of walk away when things get tough. They're willing to put in the effort and keep that up with you. We do have the Four of Pentacles, so I do feel like maybe there has been a little bit of a stressful time with money for you at the moment. It is a reminder that maybe now is not the time to make big purchases or spend at the moment. It's time to kind of be a little bit frugal, save for something. You could be saving for something big or just saving for stability in some way. And I feel like this new offer might help you with your finances in some way. It might help you get out of this. But even if that is the case, that this new opportunity gives you a lot more money, it's still about saying that you do need to make sure that you're spending it wisely. If this has got to do with a person, it could be that maybe like someone has been holding back in some way, and maybe that's why this offer hasn't come through yet. And you also could be holding on to issues from your past, or holding on to people from your past even, and you need to let that go in order for new opportunities to come in and present themselves. Seven of Pentacles is about needing to put in a lot of effort, making sure that you're watering your garden, you're putting in the time and the grind and all of that stuff, like I said with the Ace of Pentacles, into something that, yes, it could be slow to grow, but you need to be patient with it and just give it your love, give it your nurturing powers, and it should grow within time. Just make sure that you are patient when it comes to this growth. And then we do have the 10 of Cups here. So what's coming out of all of this is it's like this opportunity is going to bring you ultimate happiness, possibly even marriage with the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. And it is just something that's going to bring you a lot of happiness for you and everyone around you, possibly even a family, maybe children or something along those lines. If it's not got to do with that, or if it's career, it's just something that you're going to feel extremely fulfilled with. It's not even going to feel like work. Like, you're going to feel like you're working with people who bring you joy and happiness. Like, it's like you're a family in some way. Then we have the Two of Wands here. So the Two of Wands next week in your 3D world is there is a decision that needs to be made. You might need to plan something and travel, but it is about the decision about maybe stepping out of your comfort zone. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over and that doesn't seem to be working, maybe that's because you need to look at some sort of new opportunities. And maybe you might be scared to take this new opportunity because it is change, and change is always scary. But I feel like you could either stay here in your comfort zone and stay here forever, or the same thing that's going to happen over and over again, or you can go and do that's something that is more exciting, and it will, it's a little bit uncomfortable at first because it's change, but it's something that it will be out of your comfort zone, but much more rewarding and fun, let's say. We have the Hierophant. So in your emotions and in your relationships, there's a lot of commitment here, like possibly even marriage. You could be married already, or that's what's on your mind recently, or maybe you and your person are talking about the next level of commitment, whether that's engagement, whether that's just getting into a relationship, whether that is actual full-on marriage, whether that's having kids. It's kind of like that commitment between you and another person. You do also kind of need to trust your spiritual side, maybe connect to a spiritual teacher of some sort, or to get into the institution that connects you to spirit. So whether that is going to church, whether that's praying, whether that's meditating, whether that is going to mosque, or to I'm sorry, I don't know all the different religions, but whatever it is that connects you to your God, that is what you might need to focus on. But I do feel like with this as being in a position of your relationships and your emotions, it is more about the commitment between you and another person. Maybe some sort of contract with you and another person. Okay, and then we have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is in your thoughts, and your values and things. So the Queen of Wands is basically saying that you need to, next week, you're going to be feeling very kind of motivated. You're going to be feeling confident. You're going to be feeling basically on top of your game. The Queen of Wands is the Witch of the Tarot, and she can kind of bring anything to light if she wants to. So it is also a little bit about manifesting what you want and then taking the action towards that. But it is very much a way of you're going to be in this feminine energy, whether you're a male or female. You're going to be in this feminine energy of you know what, I'm motivated within myself, I'm happy within myself, I'm going to motivate that with other people around me. I'm going to be the leader for them to follow when it comes to this positive energy. So keep up like the positivity in some way, because it's going to help you. And then we do have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is someone who's very stern, someone who's very logical. They can come across as cold. They're not always cold, but they are someone who makes decisions with their mind rather than uses their emotions or their heart to kind of think things through. So it could definitely represent a boss of some sort, like someone who's your manager or like your boss or something like that. And it could be that there's going to be some sort of clarity or conversation surrounding your goals in some way. There's going to be some sort of clear communication anyway. So let's get some clarifiers to dig deep into this. So first I want to clarify, what is the Ace of Pentacles? We have the Moon. So this opportunity isn't being presented to you just yet. It's hidden from you at the moment. But you are needing to kind of trust your intuition with this one. So like you could have a lot of fears surrounding this new opportunity. Like you're worried about maybe like this not being a good opportunity for you. It is. So like I'm here to tell you this is a good opportunity. So if something does come up, do trust your gut on it. But it does have the ability for you to get to a place where you can have the Ten of Pentacles. But like I said, you are going to have to put in the time, the effort, the hard work towards it. It's not just an opportunity that's like, oh, here we go, that's yours on a silver platter, and now you're rich, or now you're in a relationship, or now you're married. You know, it's like you have to put in the consistent effort, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so what is, okay, Two of Wands, we have the Hierophant. Okay, so this decision might have to do with the commitment. It could have to do with an institution, possibly even like a company that you work for in some way, like whether you should stay or go. And you're very committed to where you're at right now, and maybe that's why you're a little bit scared to make the decision to leave or to travel or something like that, or have any sort of movement. Because you could be a very traditional person as well, where you're like, okay, but I've already committed to this now, and now I don't know if I should leave just yet. But basically the Page of Cups at the bottom is also saying that you might need to, you could be dealing with someone who's like maybe the same age or younger than you, possibly a water sign. But if this isn't a person in your life, it's you, which means that you need to kind of look at things like there could be new opportunities coming your way that will bring you joy and that type of thing. But you need to take a childlike approach to this. So you might need to like have that childlike wonder, or be able to kind of like believe in the impossible, because then that's what you could bring in some way. Okay, so what is the Hierophant? Two cards coming out there, and two major arcanas as well. So we have the Lovers, which I'm just covering them, and Temperance. So Temperance is usually this is Sagittarian energy, but it's usually also linked to Archangel Michael, and can also have a lot of connection to do with twin flames or soulmates. And the Lovers is also about soulmates, and then the Hierophant is about commitment. So I do feel like maybe in your relationships at the moment, you guys are really thinking about moving things to the next level, to a committed place, or you are just very committed and happy with where you're at the moment in your relationship. And basically it's very much equal give and take. There's a lot of balance in this connection. There could be a choice that needs to be made, but I feel like this is a very strong soulmate connection with you and another person. Okay, and then at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Six of Swords, which is kind of similar to the sea, to the sea. But basically it's about like moving to calmer waters. You might have had a really rough time in your relationship recently, or you could have had just rough times in your relationships in general, or your emotions or something, and it's now you've basically had to go through that to be able to learn the lessons that you've learned, and now you're able to kind of move forward to these calmer waters in your relationship. So what's the Queen of Wands? King of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like by you being positive and like being full of motivation and feeling like, you know, like you're on top of the world in some way, you could either be bringing in some sort of person who could be or you're attracting, by being like this, you're attracting someone who could be like marriage material in some way, possibly an earth sign. Otherwise it is just bringing you in some sort of stability. So if you can continue to be positive, continue to like put in the work, be motivated, keep going, be positive. It is going to bring you some sort of financial success, and it will bring the change. Basically, there's definitely a change here, so there's a transition that's happening, but you need to stay positive about it, and it will be successful at the end of the day. So what's the King of Swords? King of Swords is the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this is definitely some sort of person in your life. Like I said, it could be a boss of some sort, or maybe even an ex with the King of Swords, but they're very kind of like manipulative, they're very sneaky. They could be someone who's like trying to deceive you in some way or not tell you something, and they're just like trying to take their bits and walk away type of thing. I do feel like they're trying to mess with your financial independence in some way, or like just they could be messing with your head in some way that's causing you to have some sort of like self-worth issues. Maybe that's that full moon in Virgo there, and you just need to remember who you are, and not worry about what these other people are doing, because I feel like if they are being sneaky or anything like that, yeah, like let them do that. You're going to be financially independent or independent emotionally. Either way, just focus on yourself, and the rewards will come, basically. Just nurture yourself at this time, really. And then what is the Ten of Cups? We have the Five of Wands. So I do feel like there might have been some sort of arguments or conflict that's happened between you and probably multiple people, but it's basically saying that that's coming to an end. Like the Ten of Cups is a lot of joy and happiness, so that's, if there has been any sort of disagreements or fights or any sort of competition, allow that to happen, because you know it's like being that peace, like I was saying with the King of Cups. Even if you are overwhelmed, even if there are disagreements or fights or anything like that, just find that inner peace within yourself. If you're emotionally stable, you can't let anything else get to you, no matter what the outer world brings. And then we do have at the bottom of the deck the Ace of Pentacles. So which is basically back here. So this opportunity is coming in, and that is related to the Ten of Cups. It's going to make you very happy, whatever the stable offer is. And it could maybe bring you out of some sort of conflict or competition in some way. Okay, it could even like take you off of the market in some ways, what I'm getting, because a lot of people are like fighting for your attention, whatever that is. Okay, so let's move on to, if this has got to do with love, let's see. What does Cancer need to know about their love life? So we have ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. So there definitely could be some sort of, and then look at the bottom of the deck, escaping, avoiding, blocking, and pushing away. So maybe you could be like avoiding like some sort of responsibilities in some way, because it just makes you feel overwhelmed or burnt out in some way. So you're like, okay, you know what, I just want to have a good time with my person at this time. I just want to like have a bit of excitement. I want to be I want to have fun. Like I want to stop thinking about all the seriousness of this, and let's just have fun together. Okay, what else? We have elusive, dishonesty, deception, and trickery. That's, I do feel like this is with like, if this is your ex, it's definitely got to do with your ex. Is trying to like deceive you into something or trick you into something. Maybe because they see you as now like that, because they can't have you anymore, because maybe you've pulled away from them or you've held back in some way, or maybe you could be committed to someone else. It's like they see you as now forbidden, and now that's like making them feel like you're very attractive in some way, because you know you're like forbidden fruit. Okay, what else? What about the person they're with? Oh, cute. Look, only you, devoted, attached, and crave. So the person that you're with is completely devoted to you. It's kind of like that King of Cups energy as well. The King of Cups is always a very devoted and loving person. And then here we have thinking, missing you, craving, and desiring. So when they're not with you, they miss you. They always want you. They're very like they see you as very desirable, and they only want you. They don't want anyone else. Very cute. Okay, so let's move on to your romance angels, Cancer. So we have past life relationship. You've known each other before. It's not much to say on that. Okay, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, which is literally exactly like the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. It's telling you to continue to be positive about this, and it will basically bring you in some sort of stability or commitment. What else? Okay, so we have a few coming out there. We have let your friends help you, ask for support, ask for and accept support from others, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and I do feel like that is like some sort of ex in your life, someone you're not with at the moment, with that King of Swords and the Seven of Swords there. Okay, so what else do we have here? So this is just messages from your person. It usually is for people in separation, but you take that how it resonates. So what would Cancer's person say to them if they weren't holding anything back? I feel you leaving me behind. That's maybe someone from your past. Maybe that's the ex that's like trying to get involved here, because it's like they see that you're leaving them behind. Now that's all of a sudden you're desirable. I remember every detail of that day. What else? I want to tell you how I feel, and I look for you everywhere. So Cancer, that is all I have for you today. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.